Jesus Trilogy, Book 1, The Four Messiahs, Chapter 28. My lord, there are 3 men here to see you. I'm busy. Tell them to come back in the morning. Herod did not turn his head toward the head guard when he spoke, but the guard was used to disdain. Sir, they have waited 2 hours already. Get off me, woman. Stop that infernal kissing of my ear. Herod pushed the young girl away. She fell to the floor and ran into the next room. Why can't I find a good woman, one who will love me for me? They don't make women like they used to. Sorry, Misha, you were saying? Oh, yes, 3 men. Herod always dominated the conversation. You're inquiring about a king, sir, Misha said. Herod's eyes perked up. Yes, they say there's a new king in the region. They want to pay homage, Misha said, looking down at the floor. I'm the only king here. Off with their heads. Herod's well-known vile temper was ignited. No, Misha, his temper was quick, but so was his mind. Send them in. They said they'd return tomorrow, sir. Misha had sent a messenger out. Now he returned, whispering this fact to Misha. No, send them in. They may have already left, sir, Misha said. Well, get them back. Go, man, Herod urged. I'm the only king around here, he muttered under his breath. What, sir? It was Ezra. I said, I'm the only king in all Judea, and it's going to stay that way. He raised his voice. The more he thought, the more incensed he became. Gentlemen, come in. I'm the great King Herod, king of all Judea. Welcome to my realm. What can I do for you? The 3 cautiously bowed. Herod went on. I understand you've come to visit a king. Well, I am king, he said, raising his chin. With apologies, sir, Ching Lin said, bowing deeply. Go on, Herod said. We have seen the star of a king in the eastern sky, and my honorable friend Abdullah says that the great prophet Isaiah writes of a king who will rule the world. Ching bowed again, even more deeply this time. What king is that? He must be talking about me, or maybe my son, or maybe Caesar. He does rule the world. Herod's face was turning crimson. Well, I rule Judea, but yes, Caesar rules the world. If it's Caesar you came to see, you'll have to go down to Jaffa and hop a freighter to Italy. I beg your pardon, sir, but the king is to be of the Hebrew lineage, Ching Lin said. House of David, if memory serves me correctly, Abdullah added. We have seen his star, a bright star, followed it all the way from Tashkent. You gentlemen have had a long journey, Herod said. Then he added, How's my old friend Sultan Ipa doing? He looked at Nahor and recognized him as being of Indian descent. Still in command, sir, Nahor responded. Are you all from Tashkent? Herod asked. Near there, Nahor said evasively. Herod knew better, but let it pass. So you followed this star all across Asia, clear down here to Jerusalem? Correct, sir, Ching said, but why? Why would you do that? Isaiah the prophet says a king will arise up and rule the world, Ab said. Isaiah must be talking about me, Herod proclaimed to Perrault, the court historian. They all knew that wasn't true. Well, Herod said, sensing the skepticism, if not me, then who is this king? We don't know, sir. We thought you would know, Ching Lin said. Maybe your son, Ab suggested. That drunk he couldn't rule a child, Herod shot back. 1,000 pardons, sir, Ching Lin said, bowing once again. No, it is I who should apologize. What else have you heard? Tell me everything you know. Where does this king live? What's his name? In all of Herod's reign, no one had ever heard Herod apologize to anyone. Sorry, your highness, Ab said. I wasn't a very good student of history. We did hear that he was to be from Bethlehem, Nahor filled in. As soon as he said it, he knew he shouldn't have. He suddenly realized, in fact, all 3 realized, that this Herod was not about to let anyone else rule Judea. They gave each other quick glances, fearing that they might have jeopardized this new king's life, if indeed he was alive. Give me the scrolls, Perrault ordered a guard. We must be going, your highness, Ab said. No, we have a great feast for supper. You must join us. Actually, Herod had a feast every night. Only Ching Lin would have gotten away with the declination that followed. 1,000 times, 1,000 pardons, your grace, Ching said. We have come 20 miles today, and our camels must have water and be bedded down for the night, and we have some fragile cargo that must be warmed by the fire or it will perish. It would be an honor to dine with you another night. Ching made an obsequious bow, and for once Ab was happy to see it. In fact, he and Nahor bowed as well. Ching added, "If we are so fortunate as to find this king, we'll straightway send a messenger with his whereabouts and his nature." Ching bowed again. Herod stared down at the little Chinaman. With a nod of his head, he could have had 3 of them executed on the spot. But he admired the boldness and the politeness of the little foreigners. He also realized that they might be the only people who could ferret out this king, whoever he was. If so, Herod could simply execute all of them and end the threat, if there was one. Herod's kingdom was fairly secure. He was ruthless, a fact not lost on the Romans and Caesar in particular. They had met once, but the more power Herod acquired, the more paranoid he became. He would crush this threat or any other like a grape. He knew of uprisings to the north, but he was confident those would be easily quelled. However, this supposed new king worried him more than any army. He was proud of himself for conniving to let these 3 wise men go do his work for him. There had been silence for 2 full minutes while Herod was thinking. The 3 travelers are now sure their audacity would cause them to meet a swift end. All 3 hoped it would be quick and painless. Gerald interrupted the silence. "Sir, if I may read." "Yes, yes, man, what's it say?" Herod asked impatiently. "In this day, in the city of David, that is Bethlehem, shall be born a king, who is to rule all Israel, and he shall rule with a rod of iron." Herod slammed his royal sword down on the marble floor, just missing the leg of the sweet young thing who had been lavishing her kisses on his old body. Everyone in the room jumped except the head of the king's guard, Misha, who was used to these outbursts. Ching Len became dizzy and nearly fainted. Ab grabbed him and steadied him. "My apologies, gentlemen. It's been a long day, an unheard of second apology." Herod had only signed a couple of documents all day long, but of course he hadn't gotten up until 2 p.m. Last night's orgy had run longer than usual, or had it? He never remembered the details anymore. Everyone remained stunned, not by the sword, but by Herod's apologies, even Misha. This was not their king talking. "Gentlemen, I thank you so much for stopping to tell me about this new king. Please do keep me informed." Silence again. The 3 took this as their window of opportunity to get going, but as they turned, Herod said, "And Matthias, draw 30 pieces of silver and 8 gold coins for each of these fine gentlemen." Now everyone knew Herod had lost it. "Where's Matthias?" Herod barked. "At your service, sir." Matthias came from the white room and bowed. Matthias was in a power position, but used the utmost care and courtesy when dealing with the old king. Herod rewarded him handsomely, but did not know that the chief treasurer was also rewarding himself as well. "Matthias, sir, draw these men the sums I have ordered." Misha filled Matthias in with the amounts. Matthias snapped his finger, and a short, stocky gentleman came in from the white room with 3 bags, one for each of the dumbfounded travelers. "Gentlemen, may God go with you as you seek out this king, and please let me know as soon as you find him, so that I too may learn of him and pay him homage." Herod certainly didn't mean the last part of the sentence, and now the 3 wiser men knew it. "We all know the Roman kingdom cannot last forever, and the Hebrew race will eventually rule the world. Maybe this man will be the one to overthrow those Romans." Herod knew his son did not have the right stuff. He also knew his grand boyhood vision of himself as the next world ruler was fast fading away. The old king now covered his tracks. "Praise and honor to great Caesar. May he live forever." Misha helped the old king out. "Hear, hear." He raised his own sword high in the air. Ching reflexively flinched. "Hear, hear," the rest of the crowd chanted. The 3 wiser men bowed once again, and Ching Len said, "1,000 thanks. May you reign forever." They turned and were ushered out.